One of the things we know from talking to recruiters and our own industry partners is the sets of skills that industry are looking for from our students. And these include what you'd expect in terms of technical skills, a particular programming language, a particular development methodology, a particular concept or a well-known algorithm, this kind of stuff. There's an expectation that graduates will know this information. But there's also a need for graduates to have good communication skills. We know that IT professionals are very rarely working on their own. It's very, very likely that they're working in teams. Not only are they working in teams, they're likely working in multidisciplinary teams, and that means they're communicating not just with other very technically minded people, but non-technical people as well. There's a real important need for them to be able to work together collaboratively in teams, sometimes very large teams. All of the students that do our undergraduate degrees have a work integrated learning component mandated as part of their degree. We have a program called Industry-Based Learning. This is a program that's existed for about 30 years now. It's very, very successful. We have very high employment prospects from the students who go through this. The majority of them get hired by the industry partners or end up with part-time work with the industry partners. It's a program where undergraduate students are placed for 6 months with an industry partner. It counts towards their degree, so they do it for 1 semester instead of their typical units, but they get real-world experience of working in a particular area, and sometimes in an area that was perhaps not on their radar. The IBL program is quite competitive. We have a large number of industry partners, but we have an even larger number of students that would like to go on placement. So we have a selection process. There's a requirement that students maintain a certain weighted average mark through their degree. And then we have several rounds of interviews that allow for our industry partners to select students that they feel are at a level of readiness to go on placement. And in addition, this gives students that apply for the program experience with interviewing. Students that make it through this selection process receive a scholarship and are placed for 23 weeks with our industry partner. And they have some truly amazing experiences, and many of them say that this is one of the best parts of their degree. Industry experience is a full year project. It's 2 units that run in consecutive semesters. And in the industry experience unit, students work in teams to build a piece of software for an industry client. We source these clients through arrangements with a number of local councils and other sources. And these are people, often say small business owners, who may want a piece of software for stock management or something like that. So students work with that industry client, they meet with them regularly, they work with them to determine the requirements and then build the piece of software, and at the end they hand over the software to the client, who then takes it and in some cases employs students to carry on working on it after the project is finished. In addition to this, if you're in a data science degree or a software engineering degree, there are opportunities to do project units that act a bit like the industry experience unit. They typically have external clients and students work in teams to build a real piece of software for some client.